Hi guys, it's Crystal. So I wanted to do a quick review on one of my newfound favorite eyeshadow primers, and it's the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and this one is in Original. I absolutely love the packaging. This is the squeeze tube one, not the one with the wand, and here on the back it says it's the original one. I am in love with this. I'm going to show you the color that it comes out. It's just a tan color. And it just turns into your skin tone once applied. So here it is, and I'm going to kind of rub it in. And it just turns very sheer. So for those of you who don't know what an eyeshadow primer is or the function of it, you put it on your eyelids all over from lash line up to brow, and you wait for it for a few seconds to dry, and then you go ahead and do your eye makeup routine as usual. Now, this is one of the things that I think is essential to have in anybody's makeup kit or in anybody's daily routine. It takes an extra 5 seconds to do once you have it down pat and you have it on the way you like. It's not very time consuming at all, and the lasting effects of it, and I mean that literally, are so worth it. So basically an eyeshadow primer is really meant to make your eyeshadow, be it cream or powder, last much longer than it normally would without. And the best thing that it does is it prevents creasing. So a lot of us like to have cream eyeshadows, or a lot of colors in cream eyeshadows are just so gorgeous you can't pass them up. But the one thing that really sucks with those is that they do crease. And it's just because of our natural oil. In that crease of our eyelid, we get very oily. It's just like in the crook of our elbow, we get oily. The back of our knees, we get sweaty or oily. So think of it the same way. You can get very oily or very sweaty. So when you put this on, it's just like a primer for your face. It gets that portion of skin ready to have something on it without the emollients or the real sweat or oils getting through and disrupting that perfect kind of look that you're trying to achieve. So this is a really wonderful eyeshadow primer because it goes on sheer and it's very skin tone. What I like about this is that the primer itself has no shine to it, no sparkle to it. So if you want to go ahead and just apply this and then do a matted look on your eyes, you're not going to get that sparkle, you're not going to get shine. It's just going to go on as a matte as intended. However, if you wanted to go ahead and put on a sparkly or a shiny shadow, something like that, it's not going to disrupt that sparkle, it's not going to disrupt that shine, and it actually helps to make that sparkle and that shine pop a little bit more just because of the way it's going to react with those certain ingredients. An eyeshadow primer is always a good idea to use. For example, I've used eyeshadow without putting a primer on, and within like 2 or 3 hours I'm really touching it up and making sure that it's not creasing. You know, parts of it will crease on my lid while others are fine. You're constantly checking yourself. Whereas when I put on a primer, be it Urban Decay, be it any other primer I have, I usually use MAC, I don't touch my shadow for a good 12 to 14 hours. And I'll go to sleep at night and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to take it off. And you can really just see when you go and look at in the mirror around 10 at night and having it put on at 7 in the morning that it's done its job, and it's done its job well. What I also like about this, like I said, a little goes a long way. Honestly, the size that I put on my finger before, I mean a little bit more than that, and you've got both lids done completely. You don't want to ever put too much, but you don't really want to put too little on. You want just a nice thin sheer coating when you are applying eyeshadow primer. I really like the Urban Decay one, as I said, because it's not irritating to my eyes. I have very sensitive skin and eyes. This is not irritating at all. I'm going to read the back where you can get it from. UrbanDecay.com. You can also go to Sephora.com. You can also Google Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and a lot of different sites like Amazon, eBay. You can find them a lot of different places, but do make sure that it is the real and the original Urban Decay. And they do make several other colors. I know there's like a champagne color, and that's like a pearlescence color. They make a couple others. There's one called Eden, which is really gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous colors. And on YouTube, you can go to Urban Decay's YouTube site or YouTube page, and they show a lot of different products that they use. And I think they do show Original, and they show Eden in one of their eyeshadow runway looks. So this is just one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow primers. I love this primer very, very much. And I was hesitant to get it because the primer that I use, as I said, for years has been MAC. and I'm very happy with MAC, and my theory is, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But again, I'm a Libra, so I kind of have to just get it done and be like, all right, let me try one more to see if it's better. I'm always looking for the next best thing. And finally, I broke down and I got my primer potion a little while back, and I absolutely adore it. And I've had it now for several months, and there is still almost a full tube, if you can see that. I mean, this is still filled with product. I'm pushing down and it won't really go down. So it's filled with product. It lasts a very long time, and what I love about it is it really makes my eyeshadows stay on and stay true to their color. That's another nice added benefit for eyeshadow primer, is that it makes your eyeshadows their true color. Sometimes your actual skin and the emollients in your skin, like the oils, can really dull out that shadow color and make it just not as brilliant as it should be or as it was made to be. Well, this, like I said, it's a primer for your eyes, just like a face primer for foundation, and it really allows that true color to come through, to be shown, and to be beautiful. And Urban Decay's Primer Potion does that very, very well. So if this is something that you've been considering picking up, or you're still just not that sure, you've seen a couple of reviews, I would definitely encourage you guys to go ahead and purchase this. Even if you just purchase or find a deal somehow where you can just get the trial size, you're going to fall in love with it. There are a lot of primers out there on the market, anyone from e.l.f. to CoverGirl, to MAC, to Lancome, to Dior, to Urban Decay. Everybody's got a primer out there. It's really what works best for you. But you don't want to discount the fact that there are certain brands out there that just happen to be very, very good, and Urban Decay is one of them. So go ahead and let me know what you think about the Urban Decay Primer Potion. If you guys have it, which I know that the majority of you do, let me know in a comment below what you think about it and what it does for your eyes. Or you can show me a look in a video response showing me a look with the Urban Decay Primer Potion underneath and a great eyeshadow color that you have on, and just show how wonderful it comes out. I think that a lot of the viewers who still aren't completely sold on this might appreciate seeing other people's responses to how great this product is. Also, if you'd like to see me do a tutorial where I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original, go ahead and let me know in an inbox message or in a comment below. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later, guys.